Hey there, welcome back to Liz and Sandro's Marketing Podcast. We help small businesses stay on top of their website, social media, SEO, reputation management, and so much more. Today, we have 4 miscellaneous social media updates for you.
Correct. Thanks, Liz. We seem to be doing these once or twice a month. And so there's always little bits of news here and there we want you as a small business to be aware of, or as a social media user to be aware of. So first, and most of these are about Instagram. Instagram is testing a mute feature for the feed. So previously you could always mute someone's stories in Instagram. I don't know if you even knew that. I just learned that. That's been available for a while, but you couldn't mute their photos or videos in your main feed. Well, Instagram is finally changing that. And to be fair, you were never notified if someone unfollowed you. So maybe you didn't want to unfollow them because they may be able to see it in their list, in their follower list. But now you don't have to worry about that or hurting anyone's feelings. You can just mute them. Muting will take a few weeks to roll out to everyone, according to Instagram. So don't worry if you don't see it just yet. Second, Instagram is showing some users a mid-feed alert that says, "You're all caught up. You've seen all the new posts from the past 48 hours. This appears if you've been doing a lot of browsing. This feature addresses 2 things, including some of the backlash people have had after the feed changed from chronological to an algorithm. This way you know you saw every food pic or sunset or selfie pic over the past 48 hours from the people you follow. But it's also part of the quote-unquote time well spent movement Mark Zuckerberg has been promoting. He is prioritizing well-being over profits. So they want you to know you can stop scrolling and set your FOMO, fear of missing out, aside. You're all caught up. You can go do other things."
I'm sitting here rolling my eyes because I think it looks good, but let's be honest, Facebook wants you to continue to spend as much time as possible in their apps.
And Liz and I are recording this as Mark Zuckerberg is...
Where is he? He's testifying in Europe right now. He's probably taking a beating right now.
So he can point to if time well spent, quote unquote, while he's there in the hot seat. And this update goes hand in hand with some Instagram users are finding a usage insights feature that lets you know how much time you're spending on Instagram. So if you think you're spending too much time, you probably are, but this will actually quantify it by telling you how much time you spend on Instagram. And again, let you know that there may be better time well spent doing other things. And again, you're rolling your eyes. I'm looking at you.
Actually, I'm thinking we should test this. So what are your predictions for how much time you spend in Instagram a day? I would guess that I'm 30 minutes.
A day?
Yeah. Are you less?
Oh, yeah. Well, so for clients, we do go through everyone's stories just so we appear on there. So I'm not looking at Instagram. I'm just tapping.
Sure.
But personally, yeah, maybe 7 or 8 minutes a day. I wish Instagram had lists so I could follow my favorite people.
Well, let's test this feature and report back to our listeners how much time we're actually spending on Instagram.
It's not appearing for everyone just yet, but hhopefully it'll be out for everyone soon.
Yeah, I would say I may be approaching 30 minutes. If I'm being honest with myself, I may be approaching 30 minutes.
I'm going to make sure are you going to be muting people now? Is that what you're saying?
I might. Yeah. Because there's a lot of,
There's a lot of what?
There's just a lot of noise that I don't need to hear.
Next up, the Google Q&A. So we've talked about Google Q&A in the past. We'll link to that episode in the show notes. But before, Google did not notify you when people responded to your question or when people asked a question on your business. Well, now they are, and I'm grateful because I can see some of the questions and some of the silly questions being asked. And I'm glad there's a big community of people out there answering because I don't have to answer these things. But I know when someone answers, so I don't have to go in there and answer myself on behalf of a business. But of course, you still can. But at least now you're getting notified. And instead of going in every Monday and I'm scrolling through all the questions like we do, we just know when a question is asked instantly. Or if you ask a question, you'll know when someone answers.
Yeah, and we tested this when we first spoke about this a couple months ago. You asked a question on my business page and I responded, but you never got a notification.
I still don't know what you answered. I have to go back and look.
It was a good answer.
If any of you have a question for Hirsch PR, just
send it. I'll respond.
She'll get a notification. Finally, a personal plea. On August 18th of this year, Twitter is deprecating streaming services to third-party clients, meaning if you use some other app other than the official Twitter app, you could be seeing delays on your Twitter timeline and a few other shortcomings. So in response, 4 of the biggest third-party Twitter clients, Talon, Twitterrific, tweetings. And my favorite, and I know a lot of people that use this on the iPhone, Tweetbot, have written a letter appealing to its users to write to Twitter and ask them to come up with a better solution. I use and love Tweetbot and have used it since its inception. It was the very first app I ever purchased for my iPhone. And I love it. It shows Instagram photos in the feed, so I don't have to click through to look at the Instagram photo on Twitter. It just shows it. And it does a lot of other things. It shows me everyone I follow. Twitter is shadow banning some people, so you don't see them as much on your Twitter. But Tweetbot seems to show me everybody. However, these third parties don't do a few things, including show Twitter polls or show ads. And I believe this may be the problem. Twitter wants people to see the ads. And right now, I love scrolling through Twitter, and I haven't seen an ad in years on Twitter because I use this third-party app. And I get that. So maybe throw the ads in Twitter and let us keep our third-party clients. I've been on Twitter since 9 months after it began. I remember it was third-party clients that helped make Twitter what it is today. TwitPic was the first service that showed you photos on Twitter. Favstar, you could see all the best tweets on Twitter, and both are now gone. I would urge Twitter to do the right thing and let these third-party clients have full access to all the tweets in a timely manner and at a fair price. Right now, Twitter is looking to charge $2,900 a month for every 250 users, and Tweetbot, I know, has tens of thousands of users. That's a lot of money. Tweetbot, you just pay $10 once, and that's it. You don't have to pay again. Anyways, so Twitter, please, there's got to be a better way. I believe in you. You just shut down your Twitter app for the Macintosh. So right now, the only way to browse Twitter on a Mac is through the website or through Tweetbot. Tweetbot has a Mac app. So anyways, it's a personal appeal. If you use Tweetbot or another third-party product, just know that August 18th, you may not be seeing all the tweets in a timely manner. So if you're watching a sporting event and the touchdown was just scored or the Cavs, LeBron just scored, it may be 3 or 4 minutes later before you realize what happened if you're following the game on Twitter. All right, so Twitter, I love you. I probably won't leave you, but get it together. There's a better way. We will link to this letter titled Apps of a Feather that outlines what's happening in the show notes.
A lot going on, which is cool. What was that? Tweets of a Feather?
Apps of a Feather. All the apps, all 4 of the big apps wrote the same, all signed the letter.
I like it. Come on, Twitter. We want you to be great again. We're rooting for you. Well, thank you for these updates. As always, we will continue to share miscellaneous updates. We should probably give this segment an official name and do it once a month because it always seems like there's something to chat about. So thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast app. Join us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Send us your questions. We would love to hear from you, and we will give you a shout out on the show. Thanks so much, and we'll see you soon.